What's up, what's up, what's up? Na 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 na. Got another Casty cast for you guys. I got a SCW cast. Recently played between HyDrA and Buell. So they played a decent amount of games, so I'll probably do two sets, or two sets of the games and split them up. So kind of just woke up. It's about 4:30 a.m. so I got that rabbit voice, or I got that, I was just reading that, I got that morning voice. I think HyDrA's asking Buell who's better, him or Rabbit, and I think Buell is probably better. So we got Buell on the Terran, and we got HyDrA on the Zerg. HyDrA's got a corner spot, so he's in a good position. Looks like Buell is going with a mech build, so going with a mech build in a middle spot. So a little bit riskier, but we've seen he played LeGenD on my channel, and LeGenD went with a middle build, and he was able to just kind of switch it into a 3 barracks pretty quickly. So he is able to adapt pretty quickly. So here is your Overlord, gonna scout the middle, see if there is a middle build. I'm not sure if Buell likes to go with middle builds. We'll see in some of the other games. Gonna get those 2 factories right here. HyDrA getting his macro hatchery, and then he's got, looks like he's got 4 Zerglings. He's gonna probably have another Zergling, another 2, so I'll have 6 Zerglings. Making his creep colony. Gonna leave this here so he'll get some vision of any Marines, vultures coming out of here. Here's your double factory, and Buell is scouting, so I think he scouted right here. Now he's scouting here, and then he'll probably scout right here. So here are your Zerglings. We'll see if HyDrA can see this. Not going to be able to see this, so going to find out exactly where Buell is, and gonna snipe out that Zergling pretty nicely. So good job there by Buell. And Buell just scouting in all the different directions. Not going to be able to find HyDrA. HyDrA coming off with a nice 3 extra macro hatcheries here. So I do like this build against Buell here. He'll be able to kind of build up a little. HyDrA going to be able to get some information with the Zergling. Maybe not. I do think he saw that. He saw that factory, so he may be a little worried that Buell is going with a quick starport as well. But looks like Buell is going. He went with the double machine shop here. We're gonna get probably 2 tanks and just go with the super fast push. And that's why HyDrA is starting to push out his creep colonies here. So Buell gonna see that. Probably gonna build an engineering bay right away. And I don't know if the Korean players, well, Buell, I don't know if Buell knows to put the tanks on the side right here. Makes the pushing a little bit faster instead of trying to push here, because I think this is a little bit more narrow than the Korean maps. So we'll see. So you got your 5 Marines here. Here's your 2 tanks. Siege should be getting close to just about finishing up. Couple vultures right here, and gonna just start sieging up. Gonna maybe lose this tank. He's gonna try to unsiege it and lost the tank. So misclick from Buell right there, and we'll get to see his push. Here's your lair. Here's your HyDrA's den, and we'll see what HyDrA goes with. I'm guessing he's gonna go with some type of lurkers. And I don't see there's gonna be no vision, a vessel or anything for Buell to counter lurkers. So that's what this build is a little bit prone to. He doesn't have an extra command center. He's going to be going with Goliaths, I'm guessing. And slowly pushing his way in here. He killed the 2 Sunkens. He's got a lot of... I guess he might use the vultures with the mines against the lurkers. So we'll see if maybe he does that. But this push is pretty quick. Gonna unsiege here. And making his 4th factory. So 3 Goliaths on the way. 2 more tanks just rolling in here. And not using anything to give himself some more vision. So pushing in here pretty quickly. It's about 6 minutes. Couple HyDRAs here for HyDrA. And let's see if HyDRA's got... He's got a Queen's Nest on the way. So I think... And he's got speed done. Here's a couple vultures running through here. So nice little move here by Buell. And using the mine. So really nicely done. Going to take out a lot of the vultures. And this is just something that HyDrA has not kind of actually dealt with before in the past. So coming in, taking out some of his drone skis right there. So nice little move there by Buell. And while he's doing that, he's also pushing through the front. And that's a double win-win for Buell there. He's able to see what the tech is that he's up against with rushing those vultures, and then also getting to kill some of the drones, and he got some kills off the HyDRA. So here is your hive, and Buell is just slowly pushing in here, making another factory. And there's his extra command center. He's getting that upgrade. Playing at about 250 APM. HyDrA playing about 240 APM, 250 APM as well. And HyDrA does have a pretty big good amount of Sunkens here, so it's going to take some time for Buell to even get past all of these Sunkens, unless he just goes with a full-on attack, but I don't think that would be the best case. Gonna possibly lose this Overlord. We'll see if he tries to snipe that out. I think he does see it. Not going to, so this hive should be getting pretty close. HyDrA trying to buy himself some more time, building another macro hatchery. He does have this macro hatchery as well, so playing off of 4 extra macro hatcheries, getting lurker upgrade right now, and just buying as much time as he can. I don't see a starport. There is your first starport for Buell. HyDrA gonna take out one of the tanks, but there's just too many tanks right here, so he's got 4 tanks plus another 2 that just rolled in. Here's your hive. We'll see if there's your defiler mound as well. So HyDrA gonna try to get defilers, use swarm, and probably buy himself some time with the lurkers. He's got enough gas right now and doing a nice job buying himself a lot of time. So I think he's playing this one pretty good. Here's another command center for Buell. And this is one of those matchups. Buell is one of the best at TVZ. So, I mean, this is top level. Here's your lurkers right here. Might be a little bit close to the tanks, so we'll see. But no vision. Let's see if he's getting a science facility. Getting a science facility right now. Let's see if Consume's getting upgraded. So I just playing this one pretty nicely. Needs to get that. There's this defiler. So gonna consume these 2 Zerglings, and then put that swarm out, and then start pushing this back. So we'll see if this pushes Buell all the way back or not. And a lot of Zerglings here. So HyDrA just buying himself more and more time. But this is a lot of units. Buell at 127 supply. Pushing in here from every little direction here. And here comes your attack from HyDrA. He's got the swarm gonna burrow right here. And going to take out a lot of these units right here and make Buell have to run out of here. And he might actually take some of these tanks and bring them on down here. Oh, nice move here. So gonna siege around the swarm. So just gonna leave his units in here and siege around the swarm. So Gonna be able to take out some of the structures over here. Gonna take out some of the structures over here. And might just try to run back here and take out some drones if he can. So nice little micro action from Buell. Nice little swarm from HyDrA right there. And get a micro out of that swarm pretty nicely. So smart play from Buell. Gonna scan that as soon as that swarm ended. I think he was waiting for that, and now he knows he can kind of keep moving in here. So smart moves there from Buell. And now he's gonna move his units back over here. So it doesn't look like HyDrA's going to be able to really do anything more from here. Let's see what Buell's base looks like. He's been pumping off of 7 factories. He's got his starport. Got the vessels on the way. He might even have a vessel in here. Here's a couple lurkers. But not able to defend against all these nicely placed tanks here, HyDrA. So I think the GG will get called pretty soon. We'll see. And I think he probably has that one upgrade as well. So it does have the upgrade on his attack. So Buell played this one really nicely. I think that HyDrA, if he could have did maybe a double swarm, that would have helped. But that was really nice movement from Buell there, taking his tanks. I thought he was gonna. A lot of players would just pull all their units out of there when they see swarm, but what Buell did was he moved his units to the side, moved his other units to the side, and knowing that HyDrA probably couldn't do 3 or 4 swarms here. So nicely played from Buell right there. First one is going to go for Buell. To Buell. So we'll get right into the next one. And then HyDrA also played Rabbit. And then Jose played Rabbit. I think... No, I did that. But then Jose played Buell as well. So I'm going to do some of the games between Buell and Jose in this week, I think. So some of the top Western players are playing some of the top fastest Korean players. So we got HyDrA on the Terran here. We got Buell on the Protoss. We've seen Buell in the one game that I did cast, and that's the only game I've seen him play on SCW. Went for the pylon on 7, kind of a little bit out there. Gets the gateway on 9, and then he gets 2 more gateways, and then he kind of gets a gas and plays it pretty aggressively. So HyDrA in a middle position, so it's gonna be kind of tougher, but he's held the factory. He usually does that mech build, so he's held the mech build pretty nicely. He's done it against Gold SCV, against I think a mid build from Gold SCV. So I don't think he has too many issues with it, but we'll see how. I've seen that the mech build gets countered a lot with quick dragoons, and that's probably what Buell will go right into. And that's why you got to get those spider mines as soon as possible. But in this case, it looks like HyDrA's going to go with the triple barracks, so we're going to switch it up a little bit. And this is actually a good build against the 3 gateway build from Buell. So if you can micro pretty good, you can start building, get a bunker, buy yourself some time, and then start macroing up, defend against drops, or defend against, it's either going to be super fast drops, or it's going to be a reaver with some zealot speed in the middle. And if you have enough bunkers and a tank or 2, you should be able to hold that off. So here's your first gas from Buell. Scouting right now. It's going to scout with this zealot, and HyDrA going to get a nice scout. Going to see he's up against Protoss here, so it's going to be a TvP. Probably going to want to run this Marine in here, see what he's exactly up to. And here is your cyber. So I think as soon as he sees that cyber, he will probably want to build a bunker. So seeing a couple zealots, I think he should have tried to run in here with something and try to see if he could have scouted what he was up against. Also, nice little snipe out of that probe right there. Also, you want to sometimes just send in one of your Marines in there, maybe two, and just try to take out a couple of the probes if you can. It distracts a couple zealots. It makes Buell have to keep some of his zealots at home. So, nice micro from Buell. HyDrA doing a pretty decent job microing. 3 zealots here. Going to take out that zealot. 2 zealots left. Need to micro this guy. Nice little micro right there. But micro on point from Buell. And beautiful micro from Buell. Nice micro from HyDrA. And HyDrA going to survive this. But I'm guessing Dragoons are going to be on the way right after this. So we'll see. I'm guessing 3 Dragoons. No, he's not going to go with Dragoons. So he's going with a Citadel. And he's going to go with DT. Super fast DTs. Here's your factory. And gonna try to finish up this factory. Only 3 zealots here, so he should be able to micro against this. And once he doesn't see any Dragoons coming, he should have somewhat of a sense that possible DTs will be on the way. I'm surprised he didn't go with a get a bunker at all. Knowing that Buell has a really good zealot micro. Didn't go with a bunker. Nice little stack attack. Here's your fire bats. And gonna have to start finishing up this factory. 3 more zealots coming in here. And that's the one thing is when you play against Buell and Rabbit, they are just extremely aggressive. So you need to try to get as much information as you can from them. And let's see if there's your Templar Archives. 3 DTs on the way, and these 2 cannons are going to finish up. So Buell playing this one really nicely. He's going to be able to defend against this. Once this comes down, he should be fine. These DTs will pop out any second now, and HyDrA going to have to just go back to home base, getting his engineering bay, and going to get his extra command center, lift this up, maybe get a turret soon, knowing that DTs, the timing of DTs is 5 minutes and 20 seconds here. So once these guys get in here, here's your turret. Going to be a second too late, so he's going to have to start building as many turrets as he can over here. Going to run these guys back. Going to build a turret right here, and going to try to probably build there's another turret right there. What he could do is you could build the turret, and then you can float your engineering bay over that, and then they can't attack the turret. So maybe next time he'll do that. That's always something you can possibly do, so the DTs can't target fire the turret. So you start building the turret, you lift over something, and they can't kill it. So looks like HyDrA's gonna be pretty crippled here. Buell played this one really nicely, and I think that HyDrA kind of played this one. He relied a little bit too much on his micro, and sometimes it's just better to just get a bunker. So got a lot of DTs. These turrets are down. Going to go with a Wraith, and let's see if Buell is going to. He's going to go with probably a Reaver drop right now, or probably actually a Templar drop. So let's see if we get some Templars made. A couple more DTs right here. Going to try to take out these DTs, and was able to see that. So this turret did finish up. So and a couple more DTs right here, and looks like he's gonna maybe try to take out this starport. I think just run at it real quick if he can. Gonna take out that medic pretty nicely. Those are the things that Buell does, is he just finds a little opening, takes out a medic. Sees another little opening, takes something out. So here is a Wraith and some cannons here. So Buell will be okay. Let's see if Buell is going with. He's got 3 robotics facilities. He's got 7 gateways here. And HyDrA going to use this Wraith to kind of get some information. A couple DTs right here. This is what I'm saying. So just always using everything to his advantage. He's probably going to take out this SCV as well. So sees a little opening right there, able to take that out. HyDrA going to see this robotics, these 3 robotics facilities here, and getting his science facility, but not able to stop any of these DTs from getting his depots right here. So, and probably just going to run these guys right on back down here. Getting his comm set right now, and a big Reaver drop with a bunch of Dragoons, I'm guessing, is what's going to happen next. So Buell playing this one like a boss. Here comes his Zealots with speed. Let's see if he has an upgrade as well. So if he's getting an upgrade, he is getting an upgrade. He's getting shield or armor and a couple barracks coming down from HyDrA. He's gonna have to play this one defensively. Didn't even make one bunker yet, so I'm surprised he didn't make any bunkers. And here comes your Reaver with the Zealots, and gonna maybe try to want to snipe out the shuttle, see if he can. Nice shot from the Reaver, nice scan from HyDrA. He might be able to survive this if he could try to take out the shuttle. And bringing some of the SCVs up here. I think he's going to just start building as many bunkers and turrets as he can. Gonna have to scan. And he handled that pretty nicely. But now the only problem is Buell has a pretty nice big base pumping out of 6. Gonna have 10 gateways. And he's gonna have a lot of robotics facilities. So here's your vessel. You have to put these guys into the bunker, so doing a nice job with that. And here comes your Templars, and here's your Reaver. And HyDrA making another command center, pumping off of only 5 of his barracks. So he wasn't able to make really pump anything out of his factory. So I think that playing against Buell, he needed to, knowing that Buell is a pretty aggressive player, I think when you play against him, you kind of got to be a little bit somewhat defensive and make a bunker here and there. So, and then just knowing the timing of DTs, those DTs were extremely fast. So, next game is a Protoss versus Zerg. And so it'll be interesting to see how HyDrA switches up his playstyle against a player like Buell. I know that I feel like Gold SCV is more of a player that has a similar style as HyDrA, so they match up really well. I feel like Buell he can play. I think Buell is better than Gold SCV, in my opinion. I think he has a better. Terran. I think he has a better Zerg. I think the only thing is Gold SCV's Protoss is probably better than Buell's, but the way Gold SCV plays his Protoss is he doesn't play it hyper aggressive. I feel like he usually goes for an extra Nexus. Sometimes he'll go with a middle build, but then he'll go with Dragoons. But usually you can kind of have a feeling of what you're going to be up against when you play against Gold SCV. Playing against Buell, sometimes he goes for a Nexus, sometimes he goes for this triple gateway build. He'll go right into DTs like he did last game. Sometimes he'll go into Dragoons, sometimes he'll go into a super fast Reaver drop. So he switches it up a lot. So HyDrA on the Zerg going to get scouted early and know he's up against a Protoss. And all these games are random versus random. Here's your first Zealot coming out of here. And going to use these probes and micro these probes against the drones here. And going to try to take this out right here. 3 drones. Going to probably lose that drone right there. So nice job there by Buell. And here's your first Zealot. So going to want to try to get these in here. Going to try to use this Zealot and the probe to get in the way, able to take out that drone. So that's huge from Buell, able to stop any of the creep colonies from getting down here. So 3 more Zealots coming in here, so going to be a total of 4 Zealots. And little micro action by Buell. And here is your double creep colony. And this one looks like it is going to go down a couple more Zerglings. And another creep colony right here. But that one is gonna, that sunken's gonna go down, and this is probably gonna go down as well. And this is just gonna be too many Zealots. Let's see what the tech is from Buell. He's got a cyber. So able to bust this front choke here pretty nicely. So good job there by Buell. And now he's probably just gonna run past. Here's a sunken from HyDrA. Usually HyDrA goes with 8 Zerglings. I felt like he went with 6 Zerglings in this one. Buell's micro was on point, getting the making it so HyDrA couldn't make any of his creep colonies early on. If he was able to get one of his creep colonies, he would have been in good shape. But unfortunate for him, he got scouted super early, and then it was basically like a mid build. Protoss is right there, and able to send the Zealots right down there pretty quickly. So usually HyDrA goes with those 8 Zerglings, and I feel like that always helps against mid build. So I think he went with 6 Zerglings, and then you kind of don't have to worry about, you don't have to worry too much about a middle build like that. So I mean, you have 8 Zerglings, you can fend off the first Zealot and probe, and then the 3 more Zealots that come in. By that time, you'll be able to have your creep colonies on the way, and then you'll know you're up against a bunch of Zealots, so you can just keep making as many Zerglings as you can. And then after that, you can kind of probably build a chamber right here, and then really kind of just start macroing up. So I think HyDrA will learn from that one. So first 3 games are going to go to Buell here. So next game I got a Terran versus Terran, and we all know that Buell has one of the best TvTs in the biz. I have a replay of him versus Brain playing TvT. Both their TvTs is so good on fastest is because they're low money players, and they're used to playing Terran, really high level Terran players. So we'll see how Buell plays this one. We'll see how HyDrA plays this one. He's gonna go with his barracks right there on 8, depot on 9, and that is exactly what Buell is going to go with. Doesn't look like Buell's going with a mech, but we'll see. Gonna get his other barracks. So both players are gonna go with their barracks here. HyDrA has 3 barracks and only 2 for, there's your third one from Buell. So it's a slightly different build order that Buell has. So I think, I'm not sure who's going to have more Marines early on, but we'll see. And this is random versus random, so neither player knows that it is a TvT matchup. So in TvT, you usually want to get the factory as soon as you can. So we will see. Nice little scout coming here from Buell. HyDrA always scouting across the map. Going to use this guy, probably go right up into the corner. And going to see this Marine here, and then Buell's going to see that Marine. And we'll see how Buell transitions, and then we'll see how HyDrA transitions. So both of them going with the same build, using 2 of his SCVs to extract from that refinery. Gonna micro this Marine out of there, but he's gonna get sniped out by Buell pretty nicely. He's getting his academy right here, and setting these 3 Marines over here, but there's just gonna be too many Marines for HyDrA to too many Marines from HyDrA here. So another 3 Marines. So as long as he keeps this little Marine in the back a little bit, he should be good. And he does have, it's 8 versus 6 Marines here. Here's another 3. So we will see if he tries to bulldoze to the front. You got to be careful here. You don't want to lose a lot of Marines, because I think he's going to lose that one. Because then 4 Marines versus 2 absolutely decimates the Marines. So HyDrA gonna bunch up his Marines, and I think he's got stim coming really quickly. Actually, he's going with range, so let's see if stim and that's what's gonna be better for HyDrA here. Getting range over stim is, in my opinion, the better move. But we'll see. It's 2 different strategies. And here's your factory coming from Buell. He has that second refinery, just going off of a single refinery. HyDrA going to go with a command center. Let's see if he gets a bunker. So not going to get a bunker. And here comes your attack from Buell. And he's going to use that stim with his Marines and medics. And range, we'll see how range does. And here's your stim. And this is a lot of Marines, and just absolutely decimates all of these Marines right here from Buell. So going to make Buell have to pull back. Maybe you have to make him build a bunker. We'll see if he pulls out an SCV. Yeah, already pulling out an SCV, realizing he might be in trouble. Let's see if HyDrA's getting, he's getting stim as well. And yeah, you can just tell how range just absolutely decimates even stimmed Marines. They have to run in, and they're already injured. So going with range on your Marines, definitely better than going with stim. So I'm guessing he thought it was going to be a stim versus stim battle, but not expecting Marines like this. And here is your first vulture, so that is going to be able to help out a little bit. So we'll see if he micros with this vulture, and he's probably gonna have to try to repair this vulture. HyDrA just moving in here, gonna start taking out some of the SCV. So nice little move there by HyDrA. And the range is just too killer. I think range just finished up for Buell, but it doesn't look like Buell is going to win this one and going to call the GG and leave. And HyDrA even got an extra command center. Did have a factory, was getting a his control tower. So I think both players played this one nicely. Strategy of HyDrA better than the strategy of Buell here. But the one thing I do want to commentate about HyDrA is when you play against, I think, a person like Buell, getting the triple command center so early can be somewhat risky, because a person like Buell will get his, if that didn't work out, it would be kind of a macro build, and Buell would go right into probably a super fast tank drop, or just a bunch of tanks, or a huge drop. And going with the triple command center slows down your tech, so Buell would try to end it early. So just got to be careful of that, I feel like. But we'll see it in the future, I'm sure. So we'll go right into the next one. We got a PVZ, and so hopefully we get more Koreans coming into the scene this year. I know Jose, I'm going to do a couple games of Jose playing. He's played Buell this season. We know Dingo's played Buell. I think Sky played Rabbit. And even though I think Sky went maybe 2-6 or 2-5 on Rabbit, he still took 2 games from Rabbit. So I mean, it's not like they just absolutely destroy every SCW player. So it's just a matter of styles, and then getting used to each player's style, and then going from there. So knowing that you're playing against Rabbit, super aggressive style, gotta always be prepared for that. I think in the past, someone that is similar to how Rabbit used to play, or how Rabbit plays, is the guy named Wes Stalife. If you guys remember him, super aggressive player. He was a low money player, and he was just, everybody had to adjust to his style. If you could play, someone had to play defensive a little bit. If you could out micro him a little bit, take your battles, but usually his aggressiveness will catch you off guard because he had so many different things he would be doing. You never knew exactly what he was doing. So key with that is trying to find out exactly what your opponent's doing, and then also playing a little bit defensive. You don't have to play super defensive, I feel like, but just a little bit. So we'll see. So Buell going with that super fast gas, HyDrA going with the triple Nexus, and this is something like you don't see with Gold SCV going with the gas this early like this. So and that this is something that Rabbit would do as well, but I don't think Gold SCV really does that. So Zerg going in here, probably going to try to take out some of the probes, and HyDrA going with this standard triple build. He's got his zealots here. That's the one thing that Buell maybe get caught off guard with this one, is HyDra's going to have so many zealots. That's the one thing I like about his build, is he doesn't get that forge, but instead goes with the gateways. And then he'll have about 12 zealots that he tries to bust through the front. And he can kind of play a little bit longer game. If he can bust through the front, then that's huge. But Gold SCV was able to kind of counter that after he started playing HyDrA a lot by building his choke really strong, and then also building with his Zerg, and then also building his choke really strong with his Terran. So he'd build a bunch of depots and then have a ton of Marines back there. So we'll see how this matchup plays out against Buell here. Going with the super fast lair. Doesn't look like he's probably going to get another gas right now. Yeah, there it is. So getting that gas at 405. Going to go with mutas, and we'll see if this catches HyDrA off guard. And sometimes you just got to play with like a clock, knowing that, okay, this is the, if you don't have any information, if you have a stopwatch when you play your game, knowing that mutas are going to be coming out at, we'll see how fast they do come out, but knowing how fast they can come out, then you know to start building some cannons around your main just in case. You have to try to target fire. Actually, he's just target firing that. And nice little placement of the Zerglings here. This is the thing that Buell is able to do, and just completely block this off. So not gonna lose much of his choke there. So having those little Zerglings there, beautiful job there by Buell. And then what he also does is he covers this up with his Overlord. So super smart move there. So you can't actually target fire that Zergling. So I'm guessing we'll see some of our players start doing that, some of the Western players. There is a Zergling under there. 2 Zerglings. So he just has it in hold position, and you actually just have to try to kill the Sunkens there. So really nice move there. Buell gonna start pushing out, so thinking he might be up against some type of Reaver push. Couple cannons right here. Let's see if HyDra's gonna have some cannons in his home base. So let's see what the timing is of the mutas. So we'll have about 8, maybe 9 or so mutas start pumping production about 5:53. I'm gonna guess. Maybe 5:55. 5:55. So that's when basically the fastest mutas come out. So you're gonna have 9 mutas at 5:55 getting pumped. So you know they're getting pumped right now. The time that they actually spawn, probably going to be about 6:20, 6:22. So knowing that they spawn at 6:20, then if you have a little stopwatch, you know exactly, okay, I need to make sure I have my cannons around my main at 6:20, or right around maybe 6:25. Does have the Dragoons here, so should be fine against this. He has all these cannons here, so not going to really be able to get anything done with this huge Muta attack. And I think he's probably just going to run out of here. Maybe take out a probe, but taking out a cannon, but definitely not worth it. And you want to probably have about 3 cannons, 3 cannons, and 3 cannons nicely placed together. And now seeing all these cannons up here, and this is the one thing that's really beneficial about HyDrA's build, is he gets that triple so early, and he is able to keep macroing up. He's going to have all his upgrades, and then he's also going to have, looks like he's going to go with some Zealots. He's going to maybe try to drop inside of Buell's base. We'll see if he tries to even just go with a Reaver drop, but we'll get sniped out by the Muta. So I think that one thing he would probably want to do is take his Dragoons, send them on the side, send some more Dragoons over here, make sure that there's no vision for Buell on the side. I'm guessing Buell's getting speed, or if not, he probably will be getting speed, but and then maybe try to sneak in a drop from a corner, because knowing that he went with Mutas, you can sneak in a Reaver drop, and I would go with a Reaver drop. I'd try to sneak in a Reaver drop up here as well as over here. So I would do with a double drop in this case. So HyDrAs are probably going to be getting made pretty soon. He has a hive on the way. Got the double chamber right there. 3 Reavers right here. And here is a Muta over here. And HyDrA just going to keep building up his base. His first upgrades, I'm guessing, are done. So yeah, he does have 1/1 upgrades. And going to be somewhat close to maxed out. He's just going to try to bulldoze through the front here. So I do like that strategy. Start bulldozing through the front. I even think he could probably go for the attack. If he has speed, he could just go for the attack. He's going to have a pretty huge base. I think this strategy counters Buell's build here pretty nicely. So nice little micro from Buell, nice little micro from HyDrA, and here comes your attack. And I think HyDrA just needs to keep pumping the Reavers, and while he's doing that, he does have the gas. Just get one more robotics facility right here, and just get one while you're doing this. It's super tough to do, but trying to push, you're making a ton of attention up here. You can just build one robotics, get a Templar, and just go run in, sneak in a quick little Templar drop if you can, because you know he's going to be so focused on trying to kill your Reavers up here with this Muta micro. Doing a really nice job there, taking out all of those Reavers, buying himself a lot of time. And the HyDrA's going to have those 2/2 upgrades, so going to be huge. And let's see, the 1/1 upgrades are not going to be done for a little while, so HyDrA's going to have those upgrades, that the 2/2 upgrades, way before Buell will have his 1/1 upgrade. So as soon as those 2/2 upgrades, he might even just want to go for an attack. Couple Corsairs here, so smart move there by HyDrA. Gonna go with Reavers, Corsairs, and Dragoons. So definitely like that strategy. Gonna just send these guys in, start trying to take out. Maybe she might just get some scouting action with this. So gonna see all of these HyDrAs here, all of these Mutas, and I'm guessing he has Carapace upgraded. Oh, he went with attack, so using the attack to stop drops. That's why he got. So I think when you play a ZvT, you want to get Carapace. When you're playing a TV or a ZvP, you want to get. Look at that micro, beautiful micro from Buell. You want to get the attack upgraded. So, and here are your Guardians. So these Guardians are going to be super strong. A lot of Templars. That's one thing that HyDrA's really good at, is using Templars. He's going to be able to storm a lot of these units right here. HyDrA has a pretty full base, so just going to keep being able to max out consistently. He's got the 222 upgrades. Nice storms right there, microing around this, and able to get a decent amount of kills here. He's got a couple more Templars here. Going to storm probably right here and right here. Able to take out some more of the HyDrAs right there. And here are your Guardians. And I'm telling you, Buell has a sick Zerg. I mean, his mute up micro on point. And here are your Guardians. Going to use these guys on the side. Micro them a little bit. Doesn't want any of them to really get caught up shooting cannons. Here is a couple storms going to come down. And even microing these guys back. And Buell only playing at 200 APM. But he's always consistently making sure he micros his units. Here's another big attack using the Scourges to take out some of the Corsairs. But these Corsairs are just going to have a field day against these Guardians here. So yeah, so able to just slowly take out a lot of those Guardians. And now with the Reavers here, going to do some work against the HyDrAs. Needs to try to target fire the HyDrAs in the packs. Couple Devours getting made here, and I think the 3-3, let's see if the 3-3 should be close to being done from HyDrA. And he's just busting through the front and maxed out. He's got a couple more gateways here and just busting through the front. A couple lurkers here. Doesn't have an observer, so that might save the day for Buell here. Needs to get that observer. Gonna storm that lurker right there. So nice job there by HyDrA. A couple more Guardians coming in here, and there's your 1-1 upgrades from Buell. And HyDrA is gonna go with a full-on mass attack. The 3-3. Once the 3-3 kick in, he's already busting through the front. And using these 3 right here to make his Templars. I like that choice from HyDrA. Makes it so the HyDrAs are just right, or the Templars are just right there. And just mass producing. Just going to keep sending in the units. But I think 2-2 is going to be close to being done as well. So it's going to be 3-3-3 and 2-2-2. And some more Sunkens. I think HyDrA does need to try to just go for one just small drop if he can. Because he knows that all Buell is doing is defending against this frontal attack. If you could just pick up, make one shuttle right here. Pick up a Templar, sneak it on over. You can just win the game real quick. That's why when you play against players like Rabbit and Buell, they usually don't have that much defense back here. Look at no sunken colonies. So, but that's the one thing that HyDrA's really good at, is getting a lot of Templars and just continuing to storm and keep the mass producing. So, but it looks like Buell is going to win this, and he's got a lot of Sunkens here. So he's gonna have, I think he has 2-2 upgrades. So it's gonna be 2-2 to 3-3-3, and this guy's gonna go down. A couple observers are in here. We'll see if Buell sees these. Buell's able to kind of nice storm right there from HyDrA. That's the one thing, is Buell sometimes can just see like overlords, even though they're pretty. It's really hard to see right there. So those guys will be chilling there for a while. And just gonna start moving out here. Had a scout right here, but taken out by the Devours, and a couple more Templars right here. And Buell has 12 macro hatcheries, so just huge base right here. And gonna put these guys on the side, and he's used to doing this because on the Korean map usually these guys can't get seen because they're on a hill, but not in this case. So gonna storm these guys right here. So nice little storm there by HyDrA, but he needs to go for a drop. There's your first drop, and I think he's just gonna see how easy it is that there's just no defense back here. So gonna really stop the production of gas. Even though Buell has it all hotkeyed. Another nice storm right there by HyDrA. And I like that he went in there with 4 Templars. You can almost keep one in there because you know he's going to bring the... You know he's going to bring his drones back. Can't leave him out there too long. And now HyDrA's just going to probably keep going with the drops now that he knows. Maybe he'll just keep making a shuttle. I think he should just make 1 shuttle. Keep making 2 Reavers. Maybe he should have made another... maybe he should have made another robotics right there. Pump from 3 Reavers and use 1 to get a shuttle and drops. He's going to get rid of some of his probes, realizing he can just start bulldozing through the front. And 3-3 upgrades. Let's see. Buell going to have not getting his 3-3 upgrades, so we'll see if another drop is getting queued up anywhere. Here's your 2 robotics. Here's your other drop. So yeah, going to go with that same type of drop and slowly working his way in here. So doing a nice job. HyDrA is playing at 240 APM and storming nicely. Here's your lurkers. I don't see any observers, so these guys might be able to save the day. And still no defense over here. He does have some HyDRAs over here. No HyDRAs over here. And gonna try to sneak this one right over the top. Buell does see it and gonna pull. There's your first storm, second storm, and third storm. Gonna go right there. And there's still one hiding in here. No, so one did die. So this guy have enough. So all the way down to 33 drones there. And these lurkers are going to be able to take out these Reavers. HyDrA gonna see that and move those guys back. So gonna probably build a couple observers out of these right here. And all these Dragoons. That's the one thing that I think HyDrA in the long game against against Koreans, I really think that his long game matches up with the Western as a Western, like with as I would say as the best Western player, or one of the best. His long game is by far the best against it's by far the best. So I mean, he's able to play once he gets into 20-30 minutes and he's up against a Zerg that's fully maxed out, like full huge base. HyDrA is able to switch up his units really well. Gonna take out that observer. Nice job there. No, so I think he tried to. But he's able to switch up his units really nicely, change up his strategy really quickly, and there's a nice another little storm right there from HyDrA. He even killed a ton of HyDRAs right there, so looks like this one is going to go to HyDrA. But yeah, so I think I got my point across with that. I mean, I think HyDRA's long game, once he gets into a 15-minute game, especially with his Protoss, he can he has a really good chance. I think some other players I've seen, there's the GG, I've seen a lot of other players will kind of get caught up with just going with all drops only, keep zealots and drops. And we saw there that HyDrA switches it up, goes with scouts, corsairs, goes with the drops, Reaver push, Dragoons. He has upgrades. So yeah, so good job there switching it up. I do think that one thing he's gonna probably want to try to test out, and I mean both these players get a feel for each other. Buell's gonna switch up his strategy when he plays a ZvP against HyDrA, if he plays HyDrA enough, because I know he's just playing a bunch of random players. I don't even know if he knows if HyDrA is top Western player. So him, Jose, and Dingo, and they all kind of play a little bit different. HyDrA will switch up his strategy, his games a little bit, and then Buell will switch up his. And I think HyDrA will switch up his more than Buell will, until Buell plays HyDrA enough. So gonna go with the mech build, and I think this mech build, did we see the mech build work against HyDrA? I think it did work against HyDrA by Buell ZvT. So but then I think I saw another game where HyDrA was able to counter it. So I think once he sees he's up against a bunch of vultures, he's going to want to get those dragoons as fast as he can, and then put some pylons up here to block this so the vultures can't get through. Maybe even get a cannon. But we'll see how this plays out, because I think Buell ZvT tried it. It worked once, but then I think HyDrA adapted to it and figured out a strategy that works to counter it. And that's the one thing about HyDrA is one of the smartest players, so he knows how he'll figure out ways to play against certain Koreans. So going with that triple, and I think this is kind of his safe build that he uses. He knows this will get him somewhat far in the game for the most part, and he's also going to have a big economy. So if he loses with his Protoss on this build, then he knows he kind of has to switch it up. So double factories for Buell, and obviously Buell is going to have better vulture micro than Buell ZvT, and because he is a low money Terran player. So, and he went with the triple factory. So that's one thing he does. He goes for that triple factory. You're gonna send these guys right on out, and probably just gonna micro against this zealot right here. HyDrA gonna get his gas. Usually gets 2 gas, I think. Yeah. And he's got a cyber, I think, on the way. Here's your vulture micro, taking out that zealot super fast. Gonna take this zealot out really quickly as well. But just gonna get a couple shots off. Use these 2 vultures right here to take out this zealot. And building a bunker right here. You're gonna sneak this in. Probably gonna go right after the probes. So this is what Buell does, is goes after probes really nicely. A lot of zealots coming in here, going to distract. And nice little box off here by HyDrA. Super smart move there. And going to use all of these zealots. And going to take out, he could take out possibly that one. Might just go after some of the SCVs, which is huge against. I think he should just keep going after all these SCVs if he can. I do like this move from HyDrA. And able to get moving this over on. Beautiful move there by Buell, putting it over the SCVs so you can't click them. And these are the things that players now, the Western players, are going to start doing. And I'm guessing HyDrA is going to do that as well. But I think these are going to be a waste, knowing that there's just way too many vultures. He's got this boxed off. Going to have to be getting those dragoons as soon as possible. And he's got this walled off. Probably get a cannon right here. And here is your first few vultures coming in here. Let's see if mines are getting upgraded. Mines and speed. We'll see if he's able to run past this. Gonna try to take out this. Might just take out this cannon really quickly. And here's your double tanks. So gonna go with a super fast push. HyDrA gonna have to get speed as soon as possible. Going with the robotics first. So I think he's gonna have to get that zealot speed as well. He's worried about drops, but taking out that, and now he might run in with the vultures. I think that's what he's going to do here. And nice little wall off from HyDrA. And another cannon, going to start putting the cannons back here. Going to take out this cannon nicely. So this is what I'm saying. Buell has such a beautiful Terran. He's so aggressive. and I'll probably start floating this over, get some more information. HyDrA went with that triple nexus, so his economy is huge, and he's just gonna have to start building as many cannons as he can. These guys are gonna be sieging up any second now. Yeah, siege is almost there. I'm surprised Buell didn't run in through with his vultures here. So here's your siege. You're gonna see all of these tanks right here. So Buell countering this absolutely beautifully. So and here comes your vultures, and probably gonna start laying mines all around these guys and take these out. So beautiful job there by Buell. And Observer is probably on the way, but it's gonna be a little bit too late microing these guys, and gonna lose Dragoon right there. Gonna lose this Dragoon as well, trying to micro it out of there. And he's got a decent amount of Dragoons here, but this is gonna be way too many tanks. Gonna have to try to snipe out tanks one at a time if he can. Try to take out this tank, but there's just gonna be too many. Ooh, this one might take out. Ooh, nice job there by HyDrA running the Dragoon through. And the Observer is there, but not able to. I think he could have survived this. If he could have survived this, I think if his micro was a little bit better. And here's your. Gonna take out the probe. So nice job there by Buell. 14 kills. And I don't see a citadel, so just slowly working in here. And gonna move the tanks a little bit closer. Gonna take out some more probes right there. And yeah, I honestly think that HyDrA could have won this one. I just think his micro was a little bit off. And yeah, I think he could have won that one. If he could have held that off a little bit, instead of going with a Reaver drop, I think he needed to go with a Citadel, get that speed for his Zealots, and the Dragoons and the Observer. So if he had the Zealots, he could have ran the Zealots through. With all these mines getting placed, they would have had some collateral damage against the tanks. And I think Zealots get made a little bit faster, so he would have been able to take out a lot of some of the tanks. And then also with the few Dragoons, if he kept his units, if he used his Dragoons to try to snipe out the mines, I think he could have had this one. He got pushed so quickly here, and maybe could have made a couple more cannons and then bought himself a little bit more time to have a bigger army of Zealots and of Zealots and Dragoons. And that's the one thing, is when you're playing against Buell, someone like Buell, look at how late his command center is. Doesn't even have a command center yet, and it's 8 minutes in. So, and HyDrA had a triple nexus. So, knowing that your economy is going to be so much bigger than his, and you won the early game, you can definitely wreak some havoc on your opponent. So I think adjustments will get made. It's like anything. It's like when you play you see like WNBA or you see football. I mean, not WNBA. I have the NBA. I was thinking championship NBA. So like the NBA finals and stuff. Not the WNBA. I don't think they probably make any adjustments. Just kidding. I do support the WNBA for sure. They got some sick players. But yeah, it's like you see like LeBron play the Warriors and they'll get blown out by like 40 points. Make adjustments, they won their next game by 20. So I think that happened with the Jazz and the Bulls back in the day with Michael Jordan. They lost their first game by 40, made adjustments. So it's just about making adjustments for your plan. So I'm excited to see these two play some more. I'm excited to see. I want to see Buell play Rabbit. I've been told that Rabbit's gotten even better as well. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a great season. Jose is up there. I think if you guys want to leave a comment, who are the top 5 ones SCW players right now? And I would go with Jose, HyDrA, Dingo. I don't know who the next 2 would be, but obviously for the Korean team, it'd be Buell that are playing SCW. Buell and Rabbit right now, and we'll see if any other ones join. But I do think that Jose, Dingo, and HyDrA. I definitely think Jose and HyDrA will be able to outplay Rabbit and Buell in some series, and obviously they'll lose some. So I mean, I think the top 2 Western players can keep up with Buell and Rabbit. Maybe Kokanee will make a comeback. Who knows? Yeah, we'll see if any other Koreans join, and the season's gonna be sick. There's gonna be a ton of games, I'm sure, and it's just gonna be a great competition. So here's your 4 Zerglings, and Marine gonna come in here, probably gonna snipe out this Marine. So good job there by Buell, going with a double hatchery right here. A couple more Zerglings here, gonna micro these guys. Nice little micro from Buell, and that other Marine, and taking out that one Zergling, gonna take out that other Zergling. Not before. Nice little micro. So super nice micro for both Buell and HyDrA. So the triple barracks right here. Here's your factory, and Buell probably gonna go with that. So see how he switched up his build order this game, getting that gas later than he did in that ZvP. So it doesn't play the same. That's why you gotta always you want to always try to find out what your opponent's doing in any way possible. In this case, it's almost impossible for HyDrA to find out what his opponent was doing, but could build an engineering bay, lift it over, get some information if he wanted to. We've seen Rabbit do that, but it looks like HyDrA's just gonna go with the super fast push. And there's this Overlord right here. Let's see what Buell sees. Here's your attack from the front. So I like this move from HyDrA using the medics right here. So I'm going to try to just bulldoze through the front and should be able to take this out. Should be able to take this one out as well. These medics are getting low on their... They don't have any more energy. So, but these guys just don't have stim. So I think that HyDrA, instead of upgrading stim, he upgraded range, and yeah, so I mean, sometimes I think that upgrading stim is better in this case. Oh, there's range. It's not even done yet. So there's your range. So I do like that range helps against holding back any movement out from. So now Buell can't really make any sunken colonies out here. So now that he's got this basically fortified, HyDrA only has to start pushing from here on out. So here's your lair and HyDrA's den, and Buell is going to go with lurkers. And HyDrA getting that super fast science facility. Going to get a bunker back here in case he gets lurker dropped possibly. Let's see if maybe, I mean, that's something that Buell might go with. Just do a quick little lurker drop. Buy himself a lot of time. Here's your tank. Gonna start sieging up any second now. Yeah. And this is why I love Terran vs Zerg. You get to see what the Zerg goes for, how they try to buy time, what little strategies. Here's your engineering bay. Gonna float this over, get some information, and going to see that he is up against a quick will be the quick lurkers, and probably going to go for a defiler mount. So getting a turret here, and is he going to go with a radiate as well? So going to probably go after the minerals. Yeah, getting that first vessel, those lurkers, knowing that those lurkers aren't going to be able to come out until about 7 minutes or so at least. His vessel will definitely be in time, and then he's probably just going to use that vessel to irradiate the minerals. So I'm going to get a turret here, take away that vision right here. This another, here's his first command center. So I do like him getting that command center, not just going all out, but the only thing is he is in a pretty tough spot. And I just thought about this. If I was a Zerg player, I would keep my overlords. If I'm getting tank push, you can maybe put some overlords over a sunken colony so they don't get targeted. But I think the tanks just automatically target that, but sometimes they just automatically will target this. So getting some more turrets here and working his way in here. Here's your lurkers. And he's probably got the defiler mount somewhere. Getting speed. I don't see a defiler mount just yet, so not sure what his strategy is here. And that vessel is going to be coming in here. Needs to bring this vessel right on over. And going to lose some of his units here. And going to lose 2 of his tanks. So little mishap from HyDrA not having his vessel here. And you do want to make sure your vessel is covered by your marines, just in case some scourges come out. Not in this case, but look at how quickly Buell is building up his base. He has one of the best ZvTs in the building. Nice little repair from HyDrA. He's going to have this extra command center. Going to have another extra command center. So a lot of players like to go all out with this push, and this is what I like about HyDrA's TVZ, is he doesn't go all out with his push. He pushes pretty hard, and then he also gets a bunch of vessels, and he has that triple, so his economy is always going to be there. But he does want to make sure that this is a little bit further back by his marines in case scourges take that out. So here's your defiler mound, and we'll see if more starports get made. Trying to push in here. Does he have any upgrades? No upgrades. Just going to go for the attack. And here's your lurkers. And going to pull back. I do like that attack. He was able to take out a lot of these sunkens. Make this push a little bit easier. Nice little radiate coming in. We're going to get spotted out by Buell. But I do like this move from HyDrA. Beautiful move right there by HyDrA. Going to burrow, but going to take out some of the drones for sure. Took out at least 5. And that hurts. 5 drones does hurt. So, and HyDrA has this double command center. He does need to keep pumping, use these right here. I think he's like forgetting about using these right here, because usually he's used to them up here. That's what sucks about being in this position. Slowly pushing in. Here's your radiate, not a radiate, your consume into a swarm, and this is where HyDrA, nice move right there by HyDrA, but HyDrA can also use a little maneuver that Buell used against him, which was put your tanks, put some tanks here, put some tanks here, and make him have to swarm all over the place. It looks like he's going to go around backdoor. I like this move from HyDrA. Gonna maybe try to take out some of the drones, and he could probably fly in a vessel if he wants, if he sieges this up. Nice move here by HyDrA. Beautiful job there. Let's go. 6 kills right there. So really strong move there from HyDrA, taking out about 10 or so drones. Gonna move over even a little bit further, get another siege off. Smart move. Gonna use this corner to his advantage, which we've seen him do in the past. And gonna try to probably take out some more drones if he can. Moving these guys around and using the best. Gonna probably take out this lurker. Gonna try to, almost able to burrow this defiler. Oh no, it's a Zergling. So but now let's look at HyDrA's base. Absolutely huge. So I think HyDrA needs to rally these guys all the way up here and these guys all the way up here. make it easier. But now he's got the vessel in here, gonna irradiate. So I do think that HyDrA played this one absolutely like a monster. Push was good, and his control is really good. Gonna lose that vessel, and Buell is absolutely decimated with his economy. So really nice job there by HyDrA. So, and usually HyDrA is better with getting his SCVs. So gonna move these guys into the side, and we'll see. I'm sure Buell is going to call the GG real soon here. Taking out all the drones. I don't think this game is corrupt. I hope not. Maybe it is corrupt. You guys tell me if you guys have seen this replay. I don't think it was corrupt. Buell is pretty broke. I just think that HyDrA wasn't as good with grabbing his SCVs. I mean, because his macro, all his buildings were on point, and Buell's absolutely broke. So, really nicely played by HyDrA though. And that's one thing he can learn, and Western players can kind of learn. A way to defend against that super quick Dark Swarm is go around it, siege up a few tanks, siege a tank here, 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 siege a tank here. Because if they're swarming here, they're not going to be able to keep swarming, and then you could just keep sending in your units. So nicely played by HyDrA there. So let's see what, and I will go to the last one that I'm going to do between these two, and it is a TvP. So if you guys like the content, like the channel, subscribe, like the game, and yeah, hope everyone's having a good week. I got 2 more days of work, and then be the weekend, and then Thanksgiving. So I'm sure there's gonna be a ton of nice games during Thanksgiving. And we haven't really seen, actually we did see Buell go for the triple barracks. So, but most of the time he goes with that mech build. And HyDrA on the Protoss here, and Buell on the Terran. So, and I also will be excited to see, he is going to go with the mech build. I will be excited to see Rabbit versus Buell. I do think that Buell is, I would say, I haven't seen the replays of Jose versus Rabbit and the replays of HyDrA versus Rabbit. HyDrA played Rabbit 9 times. I think Jose played Rabbit 7 times. But I do think that Buell, if I had to rate them, I would say that Buell is, let me slow this down. If Brain is a 10, Buell is probably like an 8.8, and I would go with Rabbit being an 8 actually. So I think that Buell is significantly better than Rabbit, but I want to see them play this season. I don't know if I have any replays of them playing. I'll see if I can find some replays of Rabbit versus Buell. So HyDrA gonna go play this one a little bit differently, and typical build from Buell, triple factory. I'm guessing HyDrA might just go with straight Dragoons and an Observer. So going to choke up and see how he's playing this a little bit defensively, and we'll see if, see, this is what I think HyDrA needs to get a pylon right here, because that's one thing that Buell you got to get used to when you play against Buell. He likes to take his vultures, and he gets speed. And he'll run them right on through here and go right after your minerals. Getting that first upgrade on his attack. Here's your cyber. We'll see if 3 dragoons come out. And maybe an observer. But, and see, this is the one thing that Buell is so good at. Able to take out this gateway right here. So, we probably wanted to get that cannon right here. So, gonna be able to take this out, and then he's just gonna be able to probably run right on down here and then run over here. So here's your dragoon range. Gonna probably get that. There's a couple zealots coming out here. Gonna try to take out some of these. Nice little move there by HyDrA, and he was able to take out one of the. No, he wasn't, but able to injure the one. So gonna go try to save this. And let's see if Siege is getting upgraded. 2 tanks getting made. 2 tanks already on the way. And there is your Dragoon. So let's see if he's getting an Observer as well. So I do think that HyDrA, that first strategy actually plays better against this. All these tanks right here are just going to start bulldozing through the front here. So HyDrA gonna have to start making some cannons if he can. He has to get that citadel as well. I don't know if I like the upgrade, going with the super fast upgrade. I don't think that really pans too well against tanks, vultures, and mines. So sending these guys in, gonna go after the probes, gonna lay some mines, and nice little snipe out from HyDrA on that mine right there. This one's gonna get a nice shot off, I think. Oh, nice little micro from HyDrA right there. Gonna take that one out beautifully. Great job there by HyDrA. There's one right there. That's gonna get a shot off and kill one. Taking out some probes and getting that observer. No, getting a citadel. Here's your another cannon. A couple more gateways getting made here, and gonna keep laying the mines here. And this is the one thing that Buell is so good at, is laying mines. So probably gonna get maybe a Templar Archives. Gonna go with the robotics facility. So I'm not sure if I agree with going robotics or robotic support bay. I'm not sure if I agree with that. I think that you got to go dragoons, observer, snipe out the tanks, because you know there's only going to be about four tanks at a time, and you want to make sure, because he lost about 4 of his dragoons right there just from mines. So if he has an observer out, able to snipe that out. So I do think that instead of going with that robotic support bay, get that observer a little bit quicker, and maybe just go right into the speed. So looks like this one is going to go FB. Yeah, it looks like this one is going to go to Buell here. So I think yeah, HyDrA is a little upset on how he's playing. Buell making this TvP look easy, and I just don't think that HyDrA has played this too often, so it doesn't know how to combat this build. So maybe I'll post a couple of games of this build, how to beat this build, and then, or I'll just show HyDrA some builds on how to really easily combat this build. I'm sure I can't think of the exact way that you do it, but I know I have some replays on it. So good games. I honestly think that HyDrA will adapt for sure. I honestly think that he'll be even with Buell. Kind of like he was with Gold SCV. For Gold SCV, he started off, I think he was getting owned by Gold SCV, and then basically started going even with Gold SCV, and then taking 1 or 2 games off of Gold SCV. So it's just all about adapting. So good games right here. Hope you guys like the games. Give it a like and a subscribe. And I will be doing Jose versus Rabbit probably next. So I will talk to you guys later. And have a good week. No, have a good Thursday. Post this on Thursday. Peace.